You guys, you know what I just did? Look at my eyes. I fell asleep right outside in the hot sun. It was so nice. Do you guys ever do this? It is so refreshing. It has been a whirlwind for the last 24 hours. Jen left at 2 o'clock. We did a little live on for my Bloom membership and just talking to her about business stuff. And then she left, and then it was so warm and so beautiful. I sat on the Shea Lounge, closed my eyes, and thank goodness I set a timer. Cheers to that. 20 minutes out cold. It was so good and so refreshing. I encourage you all to take naps. I'm trying to think, like, what is down there? Oh, it's my books. Wasn't Jen fun? So if you have not seen yesterday's YouTube, it was so much fun. Jen is a riot. And I was so happy that she came up. So after we got off the live yesterday, we went into the house and we drank our bottle of rosé from Italy that we had was delivered the last time we had it together. We were in Tuscany, so we had this wine. It was delicious, and we had bread and their beautiful olive oil, and we sat outside and we just laughed and talked, and we made chicken alfredo, and we hung out with my family and my boys, and then we walked this morning for a few miles on the beach. So I'm telling you guys, I am like pooped. Anyway, happy what is it today? Tuesday. Oh, you're in a busy restaurant. All right, Judy. Well, so today I want to talk about something that I really truly believe in, and it's dreaming up big stuff. So it's not going to be a super long one today because I'm a little bit behind on a couple of projects that are due tomorrow, but I wanted to talk about this. So when Jen and I were sitting here this afternoon talking to our Bloom membership, we were talking about when we met at Tracy Verdugo's workshop. Wait, I think it was 10 years ago. We're not too sure if it was 10 or 12, but whatever. It was a long time ago, and it was one of the first ones we ever went to. And when we were at that workshop, Tracy was on the beginning of this like world tour. She did too many. She even knows that now. Like, I think she did 30 cities, including international and national. It was like too much. So anyway, we were chatting about that, and we were talking about when we were learning from Tracy and when we were just hanging out at this workshop together. Jen and I would never in a million years say, in 10 years you're going to be teaching in France. Like, it never ever would have occurred to me. I was raising my kids. They were 9 and 8. And Wendy in Facebook, yes, the Bloom was alive in Facebook, and the replay is up. You can go see it. Anyway, we would never ever have thought for a second that we would be doing what she is doing and she was doing. And I want to talk to you about just the nudges and the sort of whispers of going in the right direction of something. And Jen and I were talking about this today. Like, I really want to encourage people to pay attention to the little nudges and the little whispers. Hello, Jill. And I want you to think about when something kind of comes up and up and up a few times. I call those the universal whispers or nudges. And it could be just you're walking down the street and all of a sudden you have this idea to do something, or you're like, that keeps coming up, or people keep asking me to do that. You know, that's sometimes one of the first times I wanted to do a class was because somebody's like, will you teach that in a class? Sometimes you don't even think about some of these things, and then all of a sudden you've been asked a few times. So hold on, one more sip. So when Jen and I were taking Tracy's workshop, we had no idea. So we were talking today about how, hi Suzanne, we were talking today about how the whole entire retreat thing just kind of happened to come. And Claudia, yes, Claudia's coming. Jen is in France the week before I'm in France to the same workshop. We signed up for this workshop over a year ago, and we said yes to this huge deal. Like, okay, so we're saying yes to something that we didn't even know we were going to say yes to, but we had a lot of little breadcrumbs along the way that was showing us that we could teach at a workshop too. Not only were we taking workshops, but we could teach workshops. And we went to workshops. So Jen and I were in Italy, and then we were in Italy going, we could totally do this. Do you ever like go anywhere and you're like, oh, I could do that too? Or you see some product somebody's selling, you're like, I can do that. Yes, you can. And so, what I really want you guys to think about is, and this is not even related to art or business, it could be anything. It could be anything you dream of. I just want you to think about what you could do if you had a dream or some idea that could be coming out like in 10 more years from now. You have no idea. And so, I am just so excited because not only was Jen sitting with me, we're going in France 1 week apart teaching. She has her workshop, I have my workshop. Hers was sold out, mine was sold out months ago. And then Renee, who I haven't had on the YouTube, but I will. Renee and I, a year ago, dreamt up having a retreat right here with all of the wild craziness and birds and trees and forests and beaches. Renee and I like, well, say, what if we have a retreat? So we really thought hard about what we wanted to do. We picked a weekend in September that is going to be fantastic. Like it's our best month of the year is September. And we dreamed it up and we planned it for months and months. And then we finally released it a week ago into a wait list. And then a week ago, we sent out a wait list to our email list. And then through the week, and then last night we set, yesterday we said we're opening the spots today, this morning. I was up half the night because I was like, okay, I better get my stuff ready. We're gonna hit the button at the same time. And at 8:59 this morning, Jen and I were in my kitchen. We put Renee on speakerphone and we're all like, okay, we gotta hit the button at the same time. So we hit the button, we sent it out, and so she has 10 spots and I have 10 spots. It doesn't matter. You could have signed up in either spots. And in 2 hours, I think mine was 2 hours, sold out. And I think Renee still has 2 spots. If anybody's listening and they want to join, I think Renee has 2 spots. But here's what I want to tell you. I'm feeling so incredibly blessed and grateful to so many of you guys on here today are going to be here in September, but also that the fact is that you guys encourage us by taking our courses and following us and doing all of these things to let our dreams come true. You're helping our dreams come true. And so now Jen and I, last night, were dreaming up so many other amazing places to go to, so many other amazing things to do. Like Jen and I might do a retreat together. I may do one for my bloom. I'm definitely doing one in Ireland. I already signed up for that. I'm doing one in Italy and France in 2026. I'm doing another one in 2026 for France. And it just keeps on going. And so I am just so honored and I'm so excited. And when I said no to the festivals, I don't know if you guys heard that one YouTube. That was like last Friday, I think. When I said no to art festivals and I said no to the tea towels, all of a sudden, Suzanne is killing me. Like, no, I won't be doing a retreat in Buffalo. That's where I'm from. No, but saying no to the saying no to the art festival and saying no to these other things that were weighing me down, all of a sudden I feel like, oh my God, I'm on top of the world right now. I can say yes to so many other things. Yes, Wendy, yeah, okay. So Kathy, nope, it doesn't matter. You're totally in. I know I talked to your friend Sue, you're good. And Wendy, you're right. Like, I think there's so much to the excitement. So when you are saying yes and no to things, I think I've told you guys this story, but when when Jean Oliver asked me to create a class, my first instinct was to say no because I was really scared. and I was nervous, and I'd never done a class before, and I was a little petrified. And I slept on it for 24 hours, like she taught me. She was my coach, and she said, sleep on any decision you make. So I did. And then when I woke up the next day, I said yes. And then I was on top of the world. Like Wendy just said, there's so much about being excited about something. When you say yes and no to something and you're following those little nudges along the path, they could just you want to feel good when you're going towards that, not like, ugh, this feels heavy. A way to tell the difference is fear can be a good thing if it doesn't feel heavy. So that's a really good idea to think, is it weighing me down? The art festivals was weighing me down. I was dreading paying the $900 fee. I was dreading having to buy $4,000 of tea towels. I was dreading having to carry and lift all of those things. It was making me already anxious, and it's 6 months away. It was weighing me down. Fear is hitting that button this morning at 9 a.m. and wondering who even wants to come. And fear is that thing that's saying, can I even do this? But I am so freaking excited that I know not only is it going to be like the best time for everybody, but yes, I can do it. So there's Sue on there too. So I just want you guys to celebrate with me. My kids were like, oh, you're so excited. Can we get sushi tonight? So I'm going to order sushi. I'm going to relax because I've been working really hard. But I wanted to just really encourage you to think about the signs and think about the, things that are going on. And remember, when you're coming to a decision, when you're trying to figure out what's working, what's not working, ask yourself, is it weighing me down? And ask the fear, which is going to happen no matter what. The fear is always going to be there when there's some new project, some new idea, some new dream you have, some new, thing you want to buy, some new trip you want to go on. There's always that little bit of that fear stuff happening. Have I made the right decision? Blah, blah, blah. But if you're still excited about it, then yes, you have made the right decision. So anyway, here's my little chit chat. Okay. I promised everybody it would be short today because yesterday was so long. Jen and I were at a little bakery after our walk today. We picked up a whole bunch of rocks, of heart rocks. I think I was going to show those tomorrow, and some sea glass down at the beach. We were coming up with, I told her about my YouTube live channel, and the whole purpose is all of the ways that I can help inspire people to create a little joy in their life and a little creativity. And so we were coming with a whole list of ideas to talk about. We're full. We've got some good stuff. I wanted to also let you know, if you have any thoughts of what you wanted me to chit chat about, please let me know. It's so much fun to have a guest in here. I don't think I can bring Renee in through the Zoom Live, but I'm still checking. And I'm so excited. And so many of you guys are on today that are coming in September. It's amazing. I'm super happy. And tell me if you could pick anywhere in the world. So you have to put this in the comments. Now, whether the weird thing about YouTube Live is once I'm done, it will show up in the chat like a day later. So you can still put in the comments, or you can put it on after. But I would love to know if, besides Suzanne's comment on Buffalo, no offense to my Buffalonians, I lived there for a long time. Just don't know if I do a retreat there. If there was anywhere you could go, if money was not a issue, and if there was any place that you wanted to go for a art cultural retreat, like it's an art retreat, it's like fun, I want to know where you would go. I think that would be really fun to figure that out and maybe plan something around it. Okay, you guys, have an awesome Tuesday. I need to get my butt back in gear. I have a workshop coming up on April 13th, Hawaii. Oh my gosh, Gail. Okay. All right, before I turn off the thingy, I wanted to tell you that last week I've been thinking about Hawaii. Does anybody want to go to Hawaii? Raise your hand. Okay, so my family we're going on it's not our last trip, but my last boy is graduating from high school and they're all going to be in college. And so we have booked this trip and it's been months for us to get this trip. We're going to Kauai. We're staying in Honolulu. It's one of my favorite places in the world in July. And it's this beautiful, huge house. And I go, hey, what if we love the spot? It's amazing. Let's say we love it and it's awesome. And I'm Airbnb-ing it. What if we go the following year? I book it again, and not everybody could stay there, but we could do an art retreat there. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, tell me if you would not be into doing something like that. Hawaii is, oh God, it like is my home. I think I must have lived there in another life. I really do. Like I'm so crazy about Hawaii. When I'm in Hawaii in July, okay, I'm just talking to myself. I think YouTube's like, bye-bye, your time is up. All right, so before I went off of my Hawaii on talking about Hawaii, which I love you guys, there was something else I wanted to say and I can't remember now. Oh, I know what it was. So I'm doing this workshop on the 13th of April. I would invite you all to come and play with me. It's with watercolors. But I know some people don't play with watercolors, or watercolors can be a little bit stressful too. So I'm hoping I'm finishing tonight. This is my goal, is that I did a free class this weekend. I recorded it and it's all about my favorite watercolor supplies. And there's a few little exercises in there. And my goal, fingers crossed, is to have that ready to go out tomorrow. And then if it is, I will talk about it tomorrow and link to it. It will be a free little, like 45-minute, sweet little class. So I'll let you guys know, because I know that watercolors can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but the way I play and teach with watercolors, it is not, it's not fancy pants at all. All right, YouTube already said time's up, like the Oscars, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome night, and thanks for hopping on for my tea time. I hope you enjoyed your tea. Montreal, I'm totally in. Hawaii, I'm in. Everywhere. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon.